It's Saturday, it's annual pass evening. Yeah, it's not day anymore because we missed the day because it was snowing, the park was shut. That's a long story, but a month later now we are annual pass evening, 6 till 10. Now we've actually been at the park the last hour or so, possibly even 2 hours or so. We've had a look around, we've done a few rides, and you know, the idea of us, we weren't here that long ago, we were here for press night. You probably came with us, we did a bit of shooting, we did a bit of kind of bits and pieces for you, but there was very little open, if anything at all. So myself and the boy, he's looking happy. We're back today and we're actually going to ride some rides. We've ridden some rides already. Everything apart from Quantum and Zodiac is open. So we're hoping to get on some more rides. What do you want to get on?
Stealth.
He wants to get on Stealth. We haven't actually been on Stealth yet. We've done Inferno, we've done the Rapids, and we've done a couple of others, and we plan to go and do them again. So the annual pass evening as it is now, we'll have the X exhibition, which has got a couple of talks we've just learned from Thorpe Park Memories. Good old Phil, well done Phil. He's doing a talk on X, and also he tells us there's going to be a talk on The Walking Dead from the creator as well, of the ride over there, which we hope to get back on again today. So that's in this building behind us. We will definitely be checking that out and hopefully recording it. We're not sure we're allowed yet, but we're going to be trying to record it. And then we will be riding. We will literally get on as many rides as we can. And we thought it might be fairly quiet, but the queue outside with the annual pass holders, and we know they are because they've got their little lanyards around their neck. We don't have that. There's quite a few. There's quite a few kicking around the park. So it'll be interesting to see how busy it is this evening. I have no doubt it won't be as busy as what it was or what it would have been on the Sunday, but I think it's still going to be quite busy. Still quite a lot of families kicking around, still quite a lot of people kicking around. Queues weren't that bad. We waited 10 minutes for Nemesis Inferno, we waited 10 minutes for Swarm, so it's a bit hit and miss. Walking Dead was open when we got here, but when it did open, it kind of went up to a 90-minute queue. Yeah, that's what you can hear. So we'll see how busy it's going to be, but today we're going to show you some rides because they're actually open.
Fast, we're ready for this match.
Yeah, no, I won't be. So that was us trying to get on Walking Dead, the ride, which opened at lunchtime, and then by the time we got over there, it had shut. Saw's closed, Samurai's closed, in amongst the fact that Quantum and Zodiac are also closed for the whole day. Yeah, that's where we are. So we're standing at Stealth now, but Stealth, you can probably see the back end of the queue here. And you can see Swarm going around the background. It's got quite a long queue. So Swarm, Stealth and Colossus, the only ones open. They're all topping 45 minutes, and we're quite late in the afternoon now. It's about 4 o'clock. The annual annual pass event starts here at 6 o'clock. We've got our wristbands. There we go. So that will allow us to get on rides after 6 o'clock, and apparently no one else with a wristband will be able to get on rides after 6 o'clock. So we're really interested to see exactly how well that's going to work. We do really want to get back on Walking Dead because we went on it in press night. You know, it wasn't quite finished, but you know, we really want to try and get on it again. But here comes Stealth again, so we'll look at Stealth again. So we may go check out some of the smaller rides. We're going to check out some of the smaller rides. Maybe have a look at the Dodgems. What else? What else is there?
Dunno.
What else is there, boy?
Dunno, the teacups aren't very good.
He doesn't want the teacups. They don't spin, the
Zodiac
teacups.
shut.
Zodiac shut. Banana boat.
Also known as Colossus.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Some people, because it has a Colossus sign next to it, thought it was Colossus and only had a 5-minute queue. But banana boats, probably a no. Teacups, they don't spin. We like a good spinny teacup. Maybe we'll go and have a look at the Dodgems. We're going to walk over and have a look at the Dodgems. We'll come back to Stealth this evening. I think it'll be a bit quieter. As you can see here, the queue goes right the way back to the entrance. It's just insane. Absolutely insane. We want to get some food before annual pass evening, and we definitely want to go and check out the talk. So let's go find another ride that's open though. No, that didn't. So that was a lovely trip on the King Pig Dodgems. Now the Dodgems itself, we decided to time it. We were in the queue for about 30 minutes, even though I advertised 20 minutes. And we decided to time it, and it's 90 seconds. You get a 90-second ride on it. And I've never been on a Dodgems either. It smells so much like burning rubber than the one at Thorpe Park. They're not, I think they've been slowed down. I genuinely think they've been slowed down. I've always said there's too many cars on the track for a really decent run out. But it feels like it's been slowed down. They feel as slow as Chessington's ones. And that is saying something. You can't get any speed. Maybe they are quick, but you just can't get any momentum up. The track is too small for the amount of cars that are on it. You know, it tends to be at a theme park. You get dreadful drivers. Absolutely, I'm sorry if you're on there. I really am. But you get dreadful, dreadful drivers. Did you enjoy it?
That was a bit slow.
It was a bit slow, you see? Slow?
Yeah, very
How slow? Slower than Chessington's?
Much slower.
He thinks they're slower than
Barely go
Chessington's.
anywhere.
Yeah, he thinks they're slower than Chessington's, and that is a statement. That is a proper statement, that is. We're approaching now kind of annual pass time, so 6 o'clock we're going to queue at the exhibition hall just here, which is actually why we're back here, really, rather than just walking up and down this thing all day. There's a lot of geeky people outside. Sorry if you spot yourself in there. But we want to queue, we want to get in, we definitely want to see the exhibition, and we want to hear the talks as well. We know Phil's doing the talk, we want to hear the talk from the creator of The Walking Dead The Ride. Even though the ride hasn't opened, well, it has opened for about 10-15 minutes. We did hear that people got stuck on it for nearly an hour at the brake runs, but we're not overly sure. But it doesn't seem to be open yet. There's a lot of people queuing. Nemesis Inferno hasn't reopened yet, but you know, Stealth Swarm all running quite well. The park's beginning to empty now, so we're going to get in the queue with the annual pass people, wait for our pot badge, wait for our talk, and then get back out into the park for some nighttime riding. Can I, oh, sneaky advertising in there, look.
Sorry.
So that was the X Expedition there, or the Walking Dead Expedition, or whatever you want to call it. That was the car you saw there. If you want to see the talks and you want to see inside, stay on our YouTube channel, head through the videos, and you'll be able to see some of the bits that Thorpe Park put out. The talk that Phil did, which was brilliant, and indeed the talk that Merlin Magic did as well, which was brilliant. So a good couple of things to watch if you're interested in the X building. As it stands, that was the car. We had a look at that on the way in, and we're now back in the theme park. So it is now evening. It's 7:30. It's getting a bit dark. Can actually see some rides going around in the background. We're trying to get on Stealth. Stealth is the ride we want to go on. It's quite a lot of flies here. Well, quite a lot of flies, but Stealth is currently experiencing some technical difficulties. But it doesn't have much of a queue, so I think we're probably going to risk it, because it looks like they're going to start loading it again shortly. So we're going to risk Stealth and go on that, and then we're going to look around the park and get on some more roller coasters. So that was Stealth. That's an evening ride on Stealth. We were there earlier, and we were back there for okay, it's not quite a night ride, but it's pretty close. Sunset Stealth is amazing. Now, coincidentally, during its breakdown, they removed the train, so it is actually quite busy here tonight. It's annual pass evening from the day, and they've decided to remove a train from Stealth, and it's now going to be on one train. So we got back there just as it reopened. A lot of people had left the queue, so there wasn't much of a queue. We got on it pretty much second train, which is quite good, but getting off the queue is already back to the gate, and that is now going to be a 20-30 minute queue, possibly for the rest of the evening. We'll see, here's a new bar, so the Mexicana Cantina. That has gone, and this has replaced it. I think it's exactly the same with a new name. Slightly tightened up, little bit of paint. We're now going to head over to the other side of the park. We haven't actually done any of the coasters over the other side of the park yet. Colossus or Saw?
Colossus.
He wants to do Colossus. I kind of agree. They're both a little bit uncomfortable, but I particularly don't want... So happens, people stop in front of you. I particularly don't want to go on Saw because I don't fancy a headache for the rest of the evening. So we will head to Colossus. We'll go to Colossus. It's showing a 45-minute queue. Fingers crossed they haven't taken a train off it, or it could well be a 45-minute queue. But we see it in the background. Let's go and have a look. So Soar Alive returning this summer. So we've just been on Colossus. That was all right. It's very vibraty still. It actually wasn't uncomfortable with some of the rides we've had on it, but we did choose to sit towards the front of the train rather than the back. What do you think?
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, we've been on far, far worse. And then, of course, we've done Headache the Ride. And I'm not a fan of Soar. I'm not a fan of Soar at all. I think the jolt on the bottom drop really should have been sorted straight away. You know, we're nearly 10 years in now, and it's still as bad as it's ever been. But how did you find Soar?
The first drop wasn't as bad as the last drop, and into that roll, that was horrible.
Yeah, of course, where the brakes don't cut in now on the final drop, it can be a bit jolty going around, but it just hurts. It really hurts. But we have done all 5 coasters now. That's all 5 coasters done, which is quite good. You know, it's a half-term Easter bank holiday weekend at Thorpe Park, and we've done all the roller coasters. So yeah, we are here late into the night, but we didn't arrive till late because I worked this morning. So actually, I think we've done quite well. What next?
I don't know, it'd be nice if Walking Dead open. But
Would be nice, yeah. We say on major roller coasters, we haven't actually included Walking Dead in that. Perhaps we should. So Walking Dead did open very shortly earlier when we were in the queue line for another ride because we saw it. I think we saw it from the top of Vortex. However, it hasn't opened again since. So we are going to walk back over now. In fact, we're going to have a look at Vortex. It's running quite nicely. Let's have a look at these. So that is 2 major refurbishments for Rush, and this is probably the most out of sync I've seen it. In fact, that first swing, as you can see, doesn't even go above the 90-degree mark anymore. I don't even reach it. So if you're going to go on it, you want to go on the far side swing. The one on the right of the picture now is the one you want to go on. Sorry, Colossus, just get out of the way. The one on the right is the one you want to go on. Colossus making a noise there. The first one, I don't know what's happened to it. I appreciate, you know, it's gone for a massive refurbishment. It's gone for a lovely paint. We noticed a paint on Vortex earlier as well. You probably would have seen it in the video when we put it in. The supports on there have been painted and they do look both really fresh. But that first swing really is not reaching heights at all and is really, really out of sync. And we've been saying it now since the ride opened pretty much. And I'm surprised after another complete stripped down refurbishment because the ride shut really early last year, kind of I think about mid-September they were taking it apart. It's a bit of a shame that hasn't been fixed because it must be something to do with the air pressure. I can't believe it's the swing itself. But Rush, we missed it earlier because it broke down. We're going to check out the queue for that and then walk round to The Walking Dead. It's not even coming soon anymore. The Walking Dead is not opening for the rest of the day. So we're going to have a look at the ghost train. If it's walk on, we'll go on it. If we got a queue for it, I can't see us doing it. Let's have a look. If you can't see, that says 20 minutes, and bear in mind we only went on it last week. Well, he didn't, but I went on it last week. I am not queuing 20 minutes for it, and there's a big old queue in here. Let's have a quick look over the fence. Yeah, too many people, too many people. So once again, we are not doing Detonate today. I didn't do it last week. It does hurt my neck. The drop towers really hurt my neck. I do have a really bad neck. And I really shouldn't be riding roller coasters or anything like that. But you know, you can only listen to so much advice in your life, and that's not one of them. But I do avoid the drop towers. Now he's not feeling it either. No, he's not feeling it. The person that drags me on those is actually my 9-year-old. My 9-year-old loves Detonator. He would sit on it all day if I gave him the choice. But fortunately, because we're at Thorpe Park and it's a late night, we didn't bring him. Sorry, Cody. not today, but next time. I'm sure next time we bring him here, particularly as he's getting to 1.4 now, he's nearly at 1.4, we will have to go on detonator first before he experiences anything else. I can feel the bribe. I can feel the bribe. Now then, as we just looked at the Monopoly board there, coincidentally, when we opened the top trump cards, we said we don't understand why Stealth isn't the top trump and why Darren Brown's Ghost Train is. And apart from Walking Dead the Ride, which is actually included on the Monopoly board, someone said, could we quickly review it? Well, it's bang up to date. That's all we can say. We haven't got enough money to buy it today, but it is bang up to date, which is great. Absolutely brilliant. However, apart from The Walking Dead being at the end, which it was at the end part, which we kind of expect it to be the Mayfair of it, the Park Lane was Stealth, which would probably imply that Stealth is actually the top trump. I mean, why would Darren Brown's Ghost Train be completely over the other side of the board and Stealth be at the high-end premium part? So, I believe that Stealth is the top trump card off the park. I'm not going to change my mind on that by any means. Look at it in the background. I think of Thorpe Park, I think of Stealth. Let me know what you guys think. When you think of Thorpe Park, what's the first ride you think of? And then while we're here, and it's night time now, we're gonna watch tidal wave go up, come down, and hopefully we're not on splash zone. I don't think we are, the wind's not blowing too much, we should be fine. But let us know in the comments, what do you think is the top trump card at Thorpe Park? And then when you think of Thorpe Park, what ride do you think of? It's not necessarily the best ride, but what ride do you think of? Here is tidal wave. Love it, but not today. There it is, that is Thorpe Park again. I'm sorry people, we were here only last week, but we didn't actually get to ride any rides last week, where this time we have got to ride some rides. I'm gonna make sure I don't trip over any logs. No logs, it's fine, they've removed them all. So we got on all the roller coasters today, and we haven't done that at Thorpe Park in a long time. Even on a quiet day these days, it's really hard to get on all the roller coasters. But Colossus, Swarm, Nemesis Inferno, Stealth, and Saw the Ride, no problem. Got them all. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. We didn't do the Ghost Train, 20-minute queue, I'm afraid. You know, we only did it last week. I appreciate my boy hasn't done it this year, but, you know, we'll come back and we'll do that. We got on all the flat rides that are open, Vortex, Rush. What else was open? Vortex Rush. We didn't go on Detonator for obvious reasons. The Samurai shut, unfortunately, in the middle of the day. It didn't reopen. You know, the Walking Dead ride wasn't reopened. There's quite a lot of downtime throughout the day. And, you know, removing a train from Stealth has got quite a long queue. We would definitely have liked to go on that again, but we got on it, and it was great. It was great. We've had a really good day at the park today. You know, the staff have shown some real urgency in getting the rides filled. And, you know, the expedition really topped it off. The expedition wise, if you want to see that, there's a separate video up on our YouTube channel where you can go and see both of the talks. There is also going to be a short clip of all the bits and pieces which are on view, and the pictures will be going on our UK Theme Parks Fin UK website. Thorpe Park, that's it, that's done. We probably won't be back here now for another few weeks. We definitely want to come back and try out when The Walking Dead's going to be complete. So one thing we did take away from the talk about The Walking Dead, and I'm sure if you've watched it you'll take it away as well, is that the ride is still not complete and it's not where they want it to be. Some of the concept art they shared in there, which you'll see on the other video, you know, is not quite in the ride yet. So we definitely want to try it when it's done. But for now, we are done at Thorpe Park. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name's Adam, this has been UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.